So, folks, there's no more campaigning, and I'm sorry for you liberals out there. It was a good, dirty political fight. With help from the fourth branch of government, you guys left everything out. You left it all on the table. However, I'm now emphatically sure that you guys must deal with the anguish of another Trump presidency. When when considering the way Trump's the masterful application of the poison bait campaign strategy, his ability to close Biden's landslide gaps, the Machiavellian use of the media to display Biden's corruption, and Biden's inability to use his campaign message to convey his agenda to electoral voters leads me to the notion that Trump will regain the presidency. When viewing the final debate for a fifth time, it became pellucid. It became crystal clear. It was the beginning of a shift in the race to 270. The beginning of Biden's third presidential run ended when he could not truthfully answer the question: was he going to ban fossil fuel, knowing that it helps the country be it be energy self-sufficient? Yeah, I understand the conundrum of answering that question. He would essentially be leading millions of Americans out of work. Biden, Biden pretty much during that debate, he pretty much looked like a deer in headlights. I mean, this debate proved, this debate proved that Biden was not able to fare well under scrutiny. He showed he showed that he was a poor defender of his own positions. Thus, how could how could he defend the country? He couldn't even defend his own positions. God damn it! This was the time when Biden dug his own political grave by requesting that Trump show evidence that proves he was going to end the fossil fuel industry. Thereafter, Trump obliged. At the same time, Trump's campaign strategy would shift into the poison bait strategy in two ways. One, he played videos of Biden in his own words stating that he would end fossil fueling at rallies, especially in states where Americans depend on that industry for jobs. Two, two, he emphasized Biden's corruption in nations where he and the media, I'm talking about Biden, where he and the media blamed Trump for being guilty of corrupt dealings. Subsequently, this is when Trump began closing closing gaps in states where he was insofar about 7 points behind. Additionally, perhaps knowingly or not, Trump was able to expose the media's kid glove handling um, of Joe Biden. This actually had the inverse effect at what they were trying to achieve. This assisted in galvanizing the silent majority to show up at the polls. And it left a looming question in the minds of those that benefited from enactments Trump has done. If he received less than 9% of the black vote in 2016, why was 94% of the people who were freed during due to his 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 act were black people? The political benefit would what political benefit would serve him by doing this? Remember, Republicans can win office without the black vote, regardless of how you feel as an individual. This conveys to his supporters that if he is racist and did that, there must be some sincerity behind his actions, notwithstanding fourth branch biasness. Additionally, Trump, like a political maestro, allowed the media to paint him as the big orange racist. However, this this turned Trump into the underdog that Biden was supposed to be. The media's 3 year smear campaign incited patriotism and the silent citizenry. Trump used the fourth branch, which effectively led him simultaneously run two campaign strategies. You see, while he first ran the frontal assault, secondly, the Pearl Harbor, thirdly, the pincer maneuver strategy, and lastly, the poison bait strategy. He also allowed the media as well as well as the DNC to run for 3 years now the firewall strategy, which slowly helped grow his support. Subsequently, the opposition assisted his reelection. Furthermore, Biden's campaign message, what that Build Back Better is after reading a mere hollow slogan. Biden mistakenly used his campaign to express his displeasing of the Trump administration so much that he failed to explain the pillars of his message. When I read his Build Back Better plan, huh, it left me asking, okay, whoa. Okay, well, how is he going to achieve this? How would we not be in a financial crisis if you can not state what transferable energy would replace the current? excuse me, and lastly, since under you and Obama's administration made it hard for small businesses and entrepreneurship, what would you do to stimulate entrepreneurship? You know what you did before, where y'all helped hurt them real bad. You and Obama. So what will you do now that's different? And let me tell you, and since Biden's plan has me asking those questions, I'm sure, I'm more than sure that he failed to convey this and more to the needed amount of the electorate. In summary, I'll tell you I love these cigars, man. But in summary, many opine how this campaign was the most important political race in our lifetime. Additionally, it has driven citizens to actually research the records of both candidates. For blacks, and I know this because I happen to be chocolate. Uh, for blacks, it is a juxtaposition on their record on race, which Biden should easily lose based on the fact that he's been in politics approximately 5 decades and passed two bills which both were detrimental to blacks. The Biden Thurman Violent Crime Control Act, as you know, is the 1994 crime bill, and the Anti-Drug Abuse Act. While whites, while for whites, it will boil down to how has he benefited America throughout his long political career. I mean, he has introduced many bills. He has, and amendments. Yet they never seem to pass the Senate. Why? Now, if Biden in 47 years was unable to pass bills, even in the Senate majority, how would he fare performing presidential duties, especially those pertaining geopolitics? He will be a laughing stock and possibly bankrupt this nation by making America vulnerable to China's predatory lending, um, based on his corruption, based on his corrupt dealings with the nation. Therefore, therefore, it's my contention that Trump will win because of the solid majority that, admittingly, is a lot bigger than I thought. Now, that's all I have to say about that. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell while you're at it. Well, that's it. It's been swell. That's all, folks.